Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host AMF1534 here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 2, and let me be one of the first people, well, probably not the first person at all, to tell you Happy 4th of July. Today is America's Day, and I am going to commemorate it by playing a good old-fashioned American game, even though it wasn't made in America, nor am I driving an American car at this current moment, but it's America. We're driving cars, and we're going to be lighting off fireworks that were probably not made in America, but we'll be eating American food. Yeah. We'll be eating hot dogs, even though that didn't really originate in America either. It's just, you know, it's America's Day. That's just what it is, damn it. So I'm going to celebrate it in any way that I feel appropriate. And it's going to be awesome. By the way, not very long ago, Joey Chestnut broke the all-time record for the hot dog eating competition. He ate 69. Oh my god, yeah! He ate 69 hot dogs in what? What did they do it in 12 minutes? So I watched that, and I don't understand how people can do that. Like, I get it, you can water the bun down and all this crap, but like, how does a person have that much room in their stomach for almost 70 hot dogs? It's just weird, and he's not fat. Like, most of the people that do these competitions aren't even fat. Like, there's a couple of them. I know there's a couple of skin-full of lard guys out there, but I mean, most of these people aren't very big. Like, I just don't know how they do it. It's so weird. They just, like, you know, cram their mouths full, like 2 or 3 at a time, just over and over. It just blows my brain fibers all over the place. But you know, it's good stuff. So yeah, my question is for you guys: what do you do for 4th of July? I know that some people have to work. Not everybody. This is one of the first years that I haven't had to work on 4th of July in almost like 5 years, I think. I can't really remember the last time that I had the day off for this, except for today, obviously. But yeah, so I'm going to a barbecue here in just a little bit, and probably within the next like hour or two. So I'll be going to a barbecue. A bunch of family's going to be there. Going to be, you know, eating hot dogs and, you know, drinking beers, watching fireworks, because for some reason the place that we go, there's people that decide that they're going to light off fireworks at like 5 o'clock, which I think is stupid personally. I mean, it doesn't even get dark until 9, and fireworks don't even look good in like broad daylight. Like, that's like, it's a nighttime activity. The toxicity of our city, which has nothing to do with that. But I don't know, it's just I don't know. I wish that people would wait, and I have text, I wish people would wait for that until, you know, until it's dark out before you start lighting off your mortars and your other weird little fountain things. But I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, you know, obviously there are people that probably don't want their kids being out super late for that. But it's like they have school in the morning. I mean, let the damn kids stay up and watch the fireworks. The one that gets me though is like the one, like the 4th of July special they have on TV or whatever, which I've never watched it before, so I don't really know what it is. But every time I come inside after, you know, all the fireworks and festivities are done in like previous years or whatever, I come in and it's just like an American flag and just like, you know, some fireworks that are on TV, and I don't know how people could watch that. It's just so weird. Who texted me? Oh, it is my uncle. But yeah, so that's gonna be what's going on. It's gonna be fun. And it's even better over here because it's hot, but there's a breeze, and the breeze is cool. So it's not gonna be like 9 million degrees out. I'm not gonna get like sun sickness like I got a couple years ago when I was just like out, like so incredibly hot, and I actually ended up like getting sunburn on my scalp, which sucked, by the way. And I just like spit everywhere. It was just so yeah, dude, I had such a weird ass dream last night. But yeah, what do you guys like doing for 4th of July? Do you guys go to barbecues, or do you have anything special that you do where you, like, you know, go camping or go, you know, to like the lake and all sorts of stuff there? I know a lot of people that there's a lake that's about 30 miles down the way where they go there, and it's like a campsite, and there's a huge ass lake out there, and people go, you know, boating, or they go swimming out there, or whatever they like to do. They, going out there, get a bunch of friends together, or do you guys just hang out at home? I know that I actually have quite a few European viewers, so I know that you guys obviously don't commemorate today the same way that we do. So what do you guys do for a day like this one? Is it just like, is it just like a regular day to you guys? I would assume so, probably, since today obviously doesn't have the same weight in your country as it is here. So I'm intrigued to know what everybody does. I like to see what other people do, because I've done pretty much the same routine for numerous years in a row. So I like to see what other types of ideas people come up with. It gives me ideas to tell my family about. So, but yeah, dude, I had such a weird dream. It has like nothing to do with like 4th of July at all. Like, it kind of does, but not really, because in my dream that I had, like, I was with like 3 or 4 friends, and we were supposed to be going to like this 4th of July party in some place that I have no idea where it was, but we had to go pick up everybody in like this big ass van. And then after we got in the van, we like drove like through the backwoods in this country area over to like this huge field where this train was, and there are all these cars parked there, and we like tried to jump over a power line in this bus to get to the train, and we ended up like causing a huge pile up, but everybody was fine. And so we get on the train, and it was awesome, and it was like so surreal, because it felt like everything that was going on was real, because we get on the train, and there's a bunch of people that I knew from like middle school and all this stuff. And then we found out that the people that were running the train, they had hijacked it, kind of, sort of, from the people that were supposed to be running it. And so they had us do like this weird test thing where we had to like fill out this paperwork, and we had to do like these physical challenge things. They had to like test us to make sure that we were physically able to even go on this trip, and if we weren't, they were going to kill us. So they're like, if you don't pass these tests, I'm just going to straight up murder you right here in front of everybody. They're like, so you guys got to fill out all this stuff, and then we're going to do these tests, and for those of you that make it out alive, then you guys at the end of this, after we, weed out the people that aren't, good enough for this, then we'll go. We'll take you to your 4th of July thing, and that'll be the end of that, but we're going to steal all your money, no matter what. And so, dude, this train was so sick, though. Like, it was one of the more luxurious trains ever. Like, you go in there and you sit down, and there's like all these like awesome like restaurant, like upscale restaurant booth type places there, and there's like a whole bunch of like video poker and slot machines in there, and they had like all these arcade games in there. Like they had Guitar Hero type games in there, and they had a Gauntlet Dark Legacy cabinet in there, which was really weird, because when I saw it, I took a picture on my phone of it in my dream, and it was the most real thing. Like, I was actually getting ready to put it on Instagram in my dream, but one of the guards like came by and saw what I was doing, and he told me to put my phone away before he broke it in half over my face. So I was like, oh, alright. But there was this other one. It was weird. There was this other arcade cabinet, and it was a Gauntlet Legacy game, but it was like this rare one that had never been released before. That it's not in like real existence. Like, if you try to look it up right now, you're not going to find it because it never happened. But in my dream, it was one that I had recognized. I was like, oh my god, they have this one. And it was like, I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was called like, I don't even know. I can't remember, but I remember there was like 3 playable characters in it, and like the graphics were pretty much the same, but like all the zone that they had in the demo that they were showing was like totally different. It was weird, but it was super sick, because in my mind I was like totally comprehending what was going on. I was like, where do they get all these? And they had like, some sports games and, slot machines and all sorts of stuff. But then they got to the challenge portion of it, and there was like, I was like one of the first people to go, and they had like the first challenge was like they had to test your physical strength, and so they grabbed me, and they grabbed like this kid that was like I feel like I assume that he was like my age or a little bit younger than me, but he was super small. Like he was only like 4 feet tall. Like he wasn't like a midget. Like he was just a younger kid. But like in my like everybody that was on the train though was the same age, pretty much. But this kid was just abnormally small. But he wasn't a midget. It was weird. But they had me test my physical strength. They like first off they had me. They put him up against this wall, and they told me to test my physical strength by hitting him. But I could only hit him with my knee, and so I didn't really know what they were like. They didn't tell me exactly like how to test my strength, and so I just straight up kneed the guy in the sternum as hard as I could, and it like lifted him off the ground, and he like spit out blood, and he just like, you know, condensed into a pile of nothing right in front of me. And then like I could see the guy is like, oh yeah man, that was sick, very good, you got an A, you got an A plus. And then like a second later he's like, before you get off the train and then, you know, you'll take your next test later, you have to defend yourself now against the same person that you just hit. And I was like, okay. And you know, being the fact that I was like over 2 feet taller, they're like, so how would you defend yourself if you had a guy running at you full speed? And so they had this kid start running at me full speed inside this train. And they're like, so what are you going to do? And the kid comes at me, and he's just about ready to like do like this flying knee into me, but I grabbed him right as he jumped to do it. And I just like threw him as hard as I could into the wall, and he just like fell down on the floor again. And he's like, that's exactly what I would have done. You get another A. Yeah, man, you all right? You're doing good. You can get off for now. And so they had some other people going, and there was this guy that got like a C plus, because he didn't really hit the guy very hard, but it was okay though. And some other guy got an F, and so he got shot right in the face like immediately, and so that was all bad for him. And like they had some other people going off doing their test, and then the next test that they had me do right before I woke up was, there was another train that was like right across the way, and this doesn't even have anything to do with anything. Like this was like testing our agility, pretty much. And it was me against this guy that looked like some like haggard mountain man type of guy. That he was still my age, like he was still like in his mid-20s, but he was a lot stockier than I was. And he looked like some guy that you would see in like a Ricola commercial. He had like that really weird like Swedish mountain-esque look to him. And so the challenge was to test our like speed and agility was that we had to get off, like we had to run out of the train door, like one of the side doors, and then run across the field to this other train. And there were these 3 different jars of liquid in there. Like one of them I think was was a jar full of relish, and we had to bring it back as fast as we could. And as soon as we put it in the train, you set it down and you go running back for the next one. And then the next one was a jar of vinegar, and so then we had to go get that and run back in there and then set it down. And then the last one, what was the last one? The last one was disgusting. The last one, I think it was like a jar of, I think it was like tonic water and semen or something. It was so gross. But that was the last one, and it was like significantly heavier than the other ones. So we had to run that way. I'm gonna do a longer episode, guys. We're gonna go to lap 42 or 43 because I want to finish this story. But we ended up, you had to like carry it over your head instead because it was like super heavy, and so it made it more challenging. But they only had one of those jars in there, so whoever collected that jar and brought it back in would end up winning the challenge, and the guy that lost the challenge would have had to drink the contents of all 3 jars that were in the competition. And so it was like super bad because nobody wanted any part of that last one whatsoever. So first we go and we start off running, and he beats me to it first because I slipped on the way up there. So he beat me to that one. We go back, and I barely beat him on the second one, and we get to the third one. We run back into this other train at the third one to get the last jar, and he almost gets there a little bit faster than I do, but as soon as he like bends down to pick up the jar, I kicked him right square in the face and just like almost knocked him out. And I was like, sorry, bitch, but I ain't drinking this. And so I grab it and I just like put it over my head and I get back in there and put it down. And I ended up winning. And so this guy just like super pissed, but like there weren't rules for this competition, like outside of just, you know, what happens if you lose. And so, I don't know, I felt super bad for him after that, because I was like, I mean, I just like totally did like the bitch move and I kicked this guy right square in the noggin, but hey, I don't care, at least I'm not having to drink a jar, like a 128 ounce jar full of tonic water and semen, so you can have fun with that. So, yeah, I ended up doing really well in this weird, like, train heist challenge thing, but I ended up waking up shortly after that, so it was weird, man. I have weird-ass dreams on occasion. It's probably because I had, like, this... I ate an entire box of macaroni and cheese before I went to bed last night, so I'll bet that's what it had something to do with it. But I really wish that that dream would have been real to an extent, because I really wish I could have seen that arcade cabinet again with that Gauntlet Legends game in there. It was super awesome. But, hey, it's the land of make-believe, and that's just how it goes. But my friends, even though we're making spectacular progress in this little undertaking of ours here, but we have run out of time for this episode on the 4th of July. So when we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Gran Turismo 2, the real driving simulator, we only have 8 laps to go. Surprisingly enough, see, this was actually a quicker endurance race than what the other ones have been like. This is actually much easier. So, when we come back, we got the final 8 laps to do, and then we're going to move on to the next thing, which actually, we do need to get that that S license. I don't think we're going to do it immediately after this race is over, but we do have to do that soon. So, we will take care of that when the time comes. So, my friends, this is your host, AMF1534, saying thank you guys for watching. Happy 4th of July. Have a safe one, because there are people that get like fingers and stuff blown off when they're firing off Roman candles and other stuff like that. So you guys take it easy, and I hope to hear from you guys on what it is that you do for 4th of July, and I will see you next time. So take care, everybody. Bye.